Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is a Thursday. Believe it or not, today is April the 21st. It is National Chocolate-Covered Cashews Day.
I like chocolate.
I do
covered.
too.
I just like cashews.
National Kindergarten Day today.
Okay.
National Yellow Bat Day today. It is also National High Five Day. Woo, up high.
I don't know that I've ever heard of a yellow bat.
Oh, it's it's the bat like you play baseball with, I think. A yellow bat? Okay. And then get to know your customers
I thought
day.
it was a bat.
Today. I'm looking right now. National Yellow Bat is to celebrate Army Security Agent. Used to be an intelligence branch of the United States Army. So I didn't realize.
We were both wrong.
We were both wrong. So there we go.
All right.
I was thinking like the little bat, like from little kids play baseball with. Like the plastic bat, but it wasn't that at all. I was way off.
We were both
I'm
way
glad
off.
you asked today, Heidi.
Because
now
too.
we are both so much smarter. Also, if you would like to chime in and be real smart and be really helpful, we've got a Dear John letter today. We'll get to that in a bit.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. 2/3 of young adults say they dread doing laundry. Other revelations from a survey of 2,000 millennials and Gen Zers say 2/3 also limit how often they wear their favorite outfits out of fear the washing machine will wreck them.
Okay.
29% believe the right way to separate laundry is by white and colors, while 26% insist that light and dark is the way to go. 22% do both. I'm not sure how that works. 43% say doing laundry is a pain because they need to do an average of 3 times a week. 3 times a week?
Well, I guess it depends
Really?
on how many people are in your
Well, I
household.
suppose in the household, but I was thinking if this is like one person. So
Yeah.
I suppose maybe I don't do laundry that often. So every week or two.
But it's down to just the two of us
Yeah.
also, so
I'm like,
makes a
I
difference.
can smell that. I can wear that again. I'm just kidding. It's not quite like that.
We do
It's-
that.
Not really. Surveys and studies and such. Wow.
You know we
Brought
do.
to you by
Don't even lie.
bettercreditcards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by radiotravelgroup.com. Heidi, did you know the Texas Rangers, the baseball team, they knew they were adding one of the MLB's most feared hitters when they signed Corey Seager to a $325 million contract. And it seems the LA Angels agree. With the bases loaded and 1 out in the 4th inning, the Angels chose to protect a 4-2 lead by intentionally walking that star. With bases loaded, how rare is an intentional walk?
I love to hear you try to do
This is really-
sports.
I don't know how I'm even reading this. How rare is an intentional walk with the bases loaded?
Hilarious.
It happened exactly 3 times since 1950. Questionable decision or not, it worked out for the Angels, who went on to win 9-6. So
That's
and
fascinating.
this marks the first time in about a decade that I've had to read sports on the radio. Every once in a while, I have a story that has like a sports person in it. This is the sportsiest story I've read in a long time.
It is. And
I worked at a radio
did
station
a bang-up job
in Nebraska, and our sports guy would like not show up once in a while, and I would have to record, like actually do the sports. And he said even when he was homesick, he would listen and laugh. I'm like, thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate it. All right, there you go. We don't know everything, clearly, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Johnny Depp's latest lawsuit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard, kicked off with accusations. Lawyers from Depp's team claim Heard completely fabricated her accusations of domestic violence in order to advance her own career. Depp is suing for defamation, claiming that her 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post damaged his reputation. And so on and so forth, and you can read the rest
And
in
I
the show
just read the
notes.
other day that he won
Did he?
his suit.
Okay.
And now she has to prove that she actually did give her divorce money to like the UCLA or whatever she claimed she gave it to. So now she's got to prove it.
The UCLA, it's a university.
It's a university.
Hey, Keke
The
Palmer
ACLU.
will be in charge of Password Podium. The star of Jordan Peele's upcoming movie Nope has signed on to host the reboot of the classic game show for NBC. That's pretty cool. She's done other things like Scream Queens and Berlin Station, and she was in the movie Hustlers, and she comes on to The Tonight Show and does all kinds of other fun stuff. So, and I think that's going to do it for the amount of time that we have to ramble through stuff I don't know anything about. I appreciate you listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Can you tell I'm winging it?
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Food technology company Primeval Foods plans to launch an entire menagerie of exotic meats that did not actually come from animals, including lion burgers, tiger nuggets, and giraffe hams. As the food company continues to come up with ingenious ways of capitalizing on the growing meat alternatives market, the London-based startup has announced plans to sell exotic meats cultivated in a laboratory. They say no animals are hurt in the processing of growing a lion or a tiger or even elephant meat in a laboratory, as they are actually grown from cultured cells.
I have zero interest in any of that.
That all sounds a bit bizarre to me. Now,
Not gonna do it.
I've never tried it, so who knows? Maybe if you try it, I can't even taste the difference.
Not gonna
But,
do it. I don't
yeah,
care.
it just sounds. It's called Primeval Foods. That's the name of the company if you're looking for them. And some recordings made over 120 years ago are soon going to be playable for the first time. New York Public Library has undertaken a project to digitize sounds of recorded waxed cylinders from over 100 years ago. The first ways people recorded sound was on phonographs, like the Edison phonograph. In the late 1890s, people would slide blank cylinders. They were about the size of like a beer can or a soda can, whatever.
Okay.
They'd slide that onto this Edison phonograph and create recordings of themselves and their environment, so whatever was going on in the background. The wax cylinders that recorded sound cracked easily, rather. They were very fragile to listen to until the library got a hold of endpoint cylinder and dictabelt machine, whatever that is, used a combination of laser and needle, enabling the digitized, broken, cracked wax cylinders. It's going to bring them back to life.
That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
It's going to take them a few years to digitize all of the cylinders. Some of these things have never been heard. The plan is to eventually let listeners across the country, maybe around the world, hear what people recorded over 120 years ago. So that, I think, is pretty cool. So very nifty. Very nifty, Heidi.
It is very cool.
Yeah. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right. It's that time of year to start getting the crazy neighbor letters. All right, here we go. Dear John, my neighbor is driving me crazy. We have a new guy who moved in a few months ago. We'd not really met until about a week ago. He came over to my house and scolded me for some of my things blowing into his yard. I was taken aback by it a little bit, but I apologized that it happened, and I went and picked up the stuff that blew over there, and I brought it back. Since then, he's been picking up branches. No, I got to pause here because he said he picked up decorations that blew over there. So I don't know what that was. I said stuff when I was just saying it, but it says decorations. So I don't know if it was like Easter decorations. I have no idea.
Okay.
Since then, he's been picking up branches and little bits of trash that blow into his yard from anywhere, and he's dropping it in my driveway.
Oh, boy.
I don't understand why he's doing this. I want to be a good neighbor, but this has to stop. I was going to go over to his house yesterday, but my wife stopped me. I'm not sure what his issue is with me, but I have him on my security camera dropping garbage in my driveway. I was going to call the police, but again, my wife's level-headed thinking prevailed again. She said that would most likely ramp up the problem more than anything else. Any advice on what I might be able to do to have a better relationship with this new neighbor? I'm thinking maybe we need a big fence. Signed, Fed Up Neighbor. All right. So, Heidi, do you have any advice?
Yeah, call the cops.
Do you think that's going to just escalate the problem, though?
Who cares?
He'll
end up with the fines. You can't do that to somebody's lawn. You can't just go and dump garbage in somebody's lawn. It's not okay.
You are correct. Don't do that, by the way. Don't dump garbage in somebody's yard. But I think by calling the police, I think that you're going to have a bad relationship forever and ever and ever. I think what I would do is I would go over and chat with him. And I would try to have a nice conversation first. And again, it doesn't say what on here other than it said some decorations. So I don't know if this was something gigantic that blew over there and you had to, drag something back, or if it was just a couple of Easter eggs that blew over there. Again, I don't really know what that was. But it kind of sounds like maybe it's a little bit out of control. The guy's upset.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some completely...
Like the guy is a jerk.
Well, and there could be some completely separate thing that he's mad at you about. Maybe you were parked too close to his vehicle or some other thing. Because I got a feeling that it's not this.
Or maybe he's just a jerk.
Could be, jerks got to live somewhere. Maybe they're next door. You never know. But it could literally be a litany of things. Could be just about anything. So I think I would start before calling the police. I would just go over and say, hey, I want a clean yard just like you want a clean yard. I'm not sure why you're dumping things in my driveway. If you need a garbage can, I can get you one. Somehow just have a nice conversation before you're calling the police. But, if you let them know, I've got you on security camera putting garbage in my driveway. I don't want to call the police. Let's not go there. Let's try to have a good relationship. Let's start over. Hi, I'm, whoever. And will that work? I have no idea. But I would certainly try that before calling the police.
Won't work if he's a jerk.
I'm going to turn her mic off. Hang on
I would just start putting all of my garbage in his yard.
Oh, do not do that, because now you're the problem.
No, but you've already got video dated earlier than that.
Doesn't matter.
He started it.
So what?
I was just finishing
I don't
it.
think finders, keepers, losers, weepers is going to hold up in court. or
just
whatever.
Tell the cops I thought it was his, just like he thought all the garbage in the neighborhood was mine. I didn't know.
Yeah, I found all this garbage. I thought I'd just throw it in his lawn, trying to be helpful.
I was just giving it back.
I'm pretty sure none of that's going to. Here's what I would do, though. I would start with that, and then the very last line, I'm thinking maybe we need a big fence. Maybe you check into getting a fence, even if it's just for that one section of the yard between your place and his place. And he'll probably get the picture. So
maybe go and catch a gopher.
No, don't do any of this.
Let the gopher loose.
Would you stop?
In his yard.
I'm turning her mic off for real now. If you would like to submit a Dear John letter, you can do that. And if you'd like to chime in for Fed Up Neighbor, you can do that as well. It's all in the same place. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Because the English language is so complex, the average person will create a sentence that has never been said before every single day. I bet that a lot of those happen in this room. We say some pretty interesting things around here.
But I find that kind of hard to believe,
I do, too. I don't believe a word of this. might just say that. Hey, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Superhero, 2 words, is a trademarked phrase owned jointly by DC and Marvel Comics.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Babies are born with taste buds on the insides of their cheeks. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Possums don't play dead when frightened. They become overexcited and pass out.
I did know that.
Yeah, so they actually pass out.
I actually watched a very cute video of a man holding a possum that was showing him do it, and then he was showing you the possum, like moving it around.
Huh.
It was pretty cool.
Very cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to a 2015 study, sarcasm can promote creative thinking. I agree with that. Definitely.
We have a lot of creativity in this room.
2 things from this fun facts today that I agree with completely. All right, that's going to do it. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the question of the day. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the question. In a survey, 15% of people picked this moment as one of the most magical moments in their life. What do you think that is, Heidi? 15% of people picked this moment as one of the most magical moments in their life.
Childbirth.
When they were born? Or when their child was born?
When they have a child.
No, it was neither of those. I just thought I would ask.
Whatever.
No, the 15% is probably a much higher number for the one that you said. Passing their driving test. 15%
Magical.
say 50. Well, for me, the 9th try is a charm.
Oh, wow.
It really wasn't that bad.
It must be people who have not experienced a whole heck of a lot yet.
Well, they're just kids getting their license, for the first time. 15% of people say getting their driver's license, passing that test, was one of the most magical moments in their life. There you go.
Okay.
That's your question of the day. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. A woman who rented her home through Vrbo, which is like Airbnb. It's vacation rental by owner, I think is what that stands for. She's living out a nightmare now.
Uh-oh.
The host, who asked that her name not be shared in the story, was renting her place for the first time. Her listing had photos, but it advertised a pristine modern home. A group of guests booked the thing for 8 nights. But a day into the stay, she got 56 notifications from her Ring camera, capturing guests breaking a number of rules in her non-smoking house.
Uh-oh.
She gave her guests 4 hours after taking the advice from Vrbo. Gave them 4 hours to pack up and get out. After getting a notification, they checked out. She walked in, heard people still in the home. And this is where it gets really interesting. They were smoking in the home, which they weren't supposed to. There was dog feces in a lot of places.
Oh.
Everything had been moved around. And they had scanners set up where they were making fake IDs.
Oh,
there were plates of cocaine
man.
and pipes to smoke things, blue pills everywhere. Police showed up and arrested some folks, but here's the thing. Most of them were let go right away. So she's like, I don't understand. And they said, it's a civil case now. You got to do this through the courts. So, because she wanted to press charges, they go, yeah, we can't do that.
Yikes.
So bizarre. What a weird story. It's why it is today's Weird News, brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Here's some useless things we learned at school. I don't know about this being useless, but history. They say it's just a collection of dates, names, and numbers. People memorize this stuff, but there's no reason. I think history is good because if we don't know what happened, we're going to do it again.
True story.
All right, double spacing after punctuation. Somebody said, I cannot unlearn this habit. You don't have to do that anymore because now computers take care of all that for you. How to dissect a pig or a frog or whatever. Why do we have to do that? Did you have to do that?
That's true. We had to dissect a frog, yes.
Yeah. Other things that were useless things we learned in school, that you shouldn't defend yourself. It said, this kid was picked on all the time, and he was told,
I was never told I shouldn't
memorizing
defend myself.
specific names for groups of animals, like a gander of geese, a murder of crows. They're like, why do we need to know that stuff? Because it's fun to know. It's just fun to know. Phys ed, everything about phys ed, we didn't need to know.
That is.
I think that was important.
I kind of agree with
There's other things on here. The last one on the list I'm going to skip to, algebra. Never understood it, never needed it, never used it.
True story.
I've got the entire list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. This is another anonymous quote. I always just smile at these because,
like the anonymous
well, here's
ones.
the thing. It just baffles me that somebody would take the time to write down the quote, but they wouldn't put somebody's name behind it. Like, oh, Heidi said something so funny. I'm going to write down what she said. Who said that? Ooh, I don't remember now. It was 3 minutes ago. Anyway, anonymous quote said, I love airports because the rules of society don't apply. Eat a pizza and have a glass of wine at 7 a.m. while in track pants. Nobody cares.
True story.
That is true story. I've seen people wear some very bizarre items while traveling. Oh, wait, I guess I am one of those.
I was just going to say.
I have this little thing that I do when we travel. On the way there, I dress like a normal human being. But on the way home, I have what I call my travel outfit, and it's different every time. And it is the wildest, craziest stuff I can pull together. And I wear that at the airport just to embarrass Heidi. And it's funny. It's very funny. I encourage everyone.
I am not easily embarrassed, though,
It's
so
funny.
I just kind of roll
It's
my
funny.
eyes like, whatever.
Yeah. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the good news. It says, when it was time to choose her daughter's godparents, Kenata Garrett knew just who to ask. The first responder who saved her baby's life.
Oh.
Yeah, October 5th last year, she was 25 weeks pregnant. She went into labor while alone at her home in Columbia, Tennessee. She dialed 911, and Cody Hill, a firefighter and a paramedic, and Jamie Rohn soon arrived. Baby Zamal Camilla Miracle Garrett spent 4 months in ICU. Doctors say the quick action of Hill and Rohn saved this baby's life. The first responders kept track of the progress, and in March, they were surprised to be asked if they would be the godparents. To quote mom of the baby, they didn't give up, so I feel like they will continue to do that later on in life.
That's pretty great. I agree with that.
I think that's really neat. You know, I have a sister who, when she was 2, she drowned. Mm-hmm. And last week, I just by happenstance bumped into the daughter of the man who saved my sister's life.
Did you tell Julie or
I did.
Jamie that?
Yeah,
at
I
Easter?
did. Yeah. Yep, I did. And I cried like a baby when I was telling her, and I'm getting choked up now too. But the thing that I know our side of the story, but there were things that I learned in visiting with his daughter that I never heard before.
Yeah.
And when you do something good for other people, it feels really good because, hey, you got to help them, but you don't understand what a difference that makes.
Right.
These two in this story, they saved someone's life.
It's pretty
Bob
amazing.
Pesky saved my sister's life.
Yep.
And I mean, it's amazing. Really, really is. So he was a paramedic long time ago when my sister was 2. Now she's almost 40. So, and we still are thankful every single day. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.